welcome to another episode of Shut Up and Poetry. I don't know why you're laughing.
Because I'm just laughing. That's all. I got a lot of sun today. Happy summer, y'all.
It is pretty hot in Texas. We had flooding and then we got really intense heat.
Go to Bull Creek.
Which is the epitome of Texas. We are here to bring you awesome slam poetry when we're not just soaking up the sun. And this week we actually have an amazing poet who happened to grace the Austin stage this week. Her name is Ashe Vernon. She has on tour with a friend of hers named Jordan Hamilton, and they do amazing poetry. So without further ado, check out Ashe.
In East Texas, I learned that my body is less girl and more elephant graveyard. Here, I am the back pages of a history book. I am a cathedral of almost lovers' welcome. I am where you go to abandon your dying. It'll be like kissing, but not as violent. Come here to bury your dead. All that aching must be heavy, I'll carry it. I have always been beast of burden, pack animal. Buy a family plot behind my rib cage, lay 3 generations of not good enough down to rest. You can love me like a slot machine here. Shove yourself inside for the chance of getting poetry out of it. I can be Lucky Sevens. I can be anything. I can be the first bar you got drunk in. I can be a stomping ground for old lovers who only love the parts of me they could put their fingers in. I'll be the sycamore behind the high school soccer field, and they'll carve their names in me with the stems of broken wine glasses and call it love. I can unlearn photosynthesis while they sit in circles and drink Fireball whiskey and brag about how bad I wanted to be touched. Yeah, I wanted to be touched. Guess my soda fountain heart was bad at being a wishing well. All those copper pennies only ever tasted like blood. And hope tastes like arcade fodder. It tastes like the bottom of a mason jar. Does it even count making wishes in cities too bright to have stars? Bodies are supposed to be temples, right? Well, I sure did ransack mine good. In my defense, marble is marble and stone is stone. In my defense, no one ever taught me that I could be holy. In my defense, wine coolers in Texas summer can taste like praying if you hold your mouth right. So I'm the graveyard and not the dead. Forget this bone business, and for God's sake, just let me live. My body is a temple, and my gods drink vodka and gin.
I love this piece. And she said she's moving to Austin soon, so we'll probably get to see a lot more of this. So what do you think the overall theme of this poem is? Because she talks about a lot of things here.
Yes, and she does such a beautiful job. How I think about this piece is kind of like an ode to herself. And I think of it as her like reclaiming her body.
Yeah.
So like in the beginning, she refers to her body as an elephant graveyard. And you're kind of like, whoa,
what?
okay. And it seems to be just kind of like this prop that has been used and played with like Play-Doh. With these almost lovers. Her body can be a soda fountain, it can be a slot machine, it can be this, that. But what I really loved was at the end, I felt like she was kind of reclaiming it and kind of like restamping her own signature on it.
Yeah.
And she calls it a temple, but not really in the biblical sense. Instead, her gods are vodka and gin. Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, girl, be your own kind of holy, you know?
And so, I love vodka and gin.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, she compares her body to so many different things, and she kind of makes like her body like this love memorial of just like this accumulation of all these different kind of loves that she's experienced. And something that she touches on that I really love was she has this line about like, you can brag how bad I wanted to be touched, and something about that just like resonates with me. Like everybody wants to be touched, everybody. It's just like in human nature to have desires for like people to like want you, appreciate you, desire you. And for some reason we ridicule people for this. We like make them feel like shit for being wanted, for like just like trying, for like desiring human connection on like a most basic level. And I love that she talks about this, and then she kind of comes to that conclusion of just like reclaiming her body, and it's like, it's gonna be whatever I say it's gonna be. It's gonna be this temple where I pray to whatever I want to pray to, me. And I love that, and she's just so powerful with it all. She just, when she touches the stage, it's just like, you just feel it, it's raw. She is an amazing poet, and the guy she's on tour with, Jordan, is phenomenal. We'll actually be featuring him in another episode of Shut Up and Poetry, but let us know what you thought of her poem in the comments section below. We'll have more information on how to find her and Jordan's poetry in the description section. We'll even include their tour dates, so if they're coming to you, you should definitely check them out. And stay tuned for another episode of Shut Up and Poetry. We'll see you guys next week.
Like us.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Tell us what you think. Send us your poems.
Boop, 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 boop. That's how many likes you should give.
Bye. Love you.
Boop, 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 boop.
Happy summer.
Bye.
Shut up.
In poetry.